Good evening everyone. Can you hear me? If the sound is okay, can you please write anything in the chat? Okay, so thank you, Irina. Oh yeah, thank you, Sofia. So let me introduce myself. My name is Yana Sher, and I'm a project manager of a SkyTeach festival. And today I am going to be a moderator on this webinar. Oh, thank you. Sidrah can hear me. So, today is the first day of our Going Digital Marathon. For 3 days, we're going to tell you about various tools teachers can use to gamify and to digitalize their lessons. And we also have one great contest. If you use any digital tools on your lessons, and I'm sure that you do, you can write your suggestions and your ideas just there in the chat, or you can write on our social networks, and the best ideas will win a prize. So would you like to participate in this? To win some prizes from Litras and from our partners? Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, so let me introduce to you our first guest, and I will switch on to our materials. Give me a second. And we go to the conference part. Okay, so today our guest is Sidrah Niaz, and she's a speaker with a huge experience of participating in different conferences. She's an IELTS speaker, and I learn speaker as well. And she is a great participant and a teacher. So today she will share her ideas, and I had a conversation with her. She was wonderful. Yes, yes. Okay, so I see that some people can't hear and can't see me. If you have any problems, can you please reload the page? Okay. I will send it as a private and as a direct message. Okay, so right now I will invite Sidrah to be our guest. Just a second, and she will appear.
Hi there.
Hello, Sidrah.
Hi, Anna. Hi, everyone.
Okay, so it's great to see you. So right now I will leave you there, and right now I'll tell our participants what to do in case they have some problems. Okay. So welcome to the platform and have a great talk today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hello, wonderful teachers from all around the world. I am extremely delighted to be here with all of you today. I've been working in technology and English language classrooms since more than a decade now, and I'm very much pleased that Yana actually approached me to present today at the Going Digital webinar series. I think it's a great initiative by SkyTeach. It brings teachers all around the world together, and it's a great responsibility on our part as being teachers to learn and keep sharing the learning that we do every day. Just one request to all of you who are commenting. As I'm not from Russia, so I may not understand the Russian language. I'm so sorry for that limitation that I have. However, I would request all of you to please type in English so that I can better comprehend it and respond to your questions or comments that you have in the comment section. Thank you so much for understanding that. Proceeding with today, I would like to introduce myself first. I'm Sidrah Niaz. I'm from Pakistan. I'm an educationalist from having experience of more than a decade now. I started as an English language teacher, and since then I've been working tediously to incorporate technology into English language classrooms. Being said that, I have had the experience of presenting at many national and international forums and conferences. One of the recent experience I had was to present at the 52nd IATEFL conference, which was held in Brighton, UK this year in 2018. And coincidentally, I was presenting on the same topic, Google Maps. It was well received by the audience in the UK, and I hope you guys also have a great learning opportunity here. For me, learning is always a two-way process. So I'll be telling my experience to you about using Google Maps in my classrooms. However, this session is going to be a lot interactive. There will be a lot of questions that I'll be asking you. So my request is to be as active as possible in the chat box so that, we can learn from each other. I hope I can give you something to learn today, and I'm going to learn a lot from you guys if you're active on the chat box. Again, a request to the new members who just signed in. Please comment in the English language rather than the Russian language, because I, being a foreign trainer, a foreign professional, I do not understand Russian. So it would be great if you can talk and chat in English for me to be able to respond to what you're writing. Thanks again for understanding. The objectives for today's webinars, I'm going to just go through them very, briefly. We'll be talking about Google Maps and some of the main features, because I would want all of you to be able to understand what Google Maps is if you do not know about it yet. So just a brief introduction to Google Maps if you're not familiar with this particular tool, and then how you can integrate Google Maps into your English language classrooms. This is an excellent way to have your students go around the world by sitting in their classrooms. They can visit any city they want to, they can visit any country they want to, see the culture, see how the people are, how the buildings are, how the infrastructure are, and you can have a lot of different activities based on those particular Google Map visits that they will make. So I'll be sharing with you loads and loads of activities so that when you conclude this webinar, you feel empowered to actually implement Google Maps in your classrooms. So moving forward, I would like you to tell me in the comment box if you are familiar with the terms digital native and digital immigrant. What do you think is a digital native, and who do you think are digital immigrants? Just a brief liner of what you think digital native term means and what do you think digital immigrant. Okay, that's all right if you've never heard before. Older people are usually digital immigrants. Okay. All right, that's okay if you have no idea. Digital native means modern generation. All right. Digital natives are born after 2000s, the year. All right. All right, there is someone who cannot see the video. If Yana can just check it out for me. Thanks, Yana, for all your efforts. Describes a person that grows up in the digital age rather than acquiring familiarities with digital systems as an adult. That's pretty much a very good definition. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry I cannot pronounce your names in Russian. I wish I could to be able to connect more, but that's the limitation. That's all right. Okay, yeah, so some of you do not know, some of you do know. That's very nice. That's okay. We are here to learn from each other. So yes, digital natives are those people who are born in the age of technology, who are born when the technology, the internet, the 21st century skills actually started becoming very common. And whereas digital immigrants are those people who were born before the technology took over the world. One of the examples that I usually share with my students and the teacher trainers that I have is, for example, if you give a gadget to a digital native, that person will just take a gadget and find the way out to use it. I mean, where is the power button? Where are the settings? Where can they download some applications and all that? However, some of the immigrants or most of the immigrants, the digital immigrants, when you give them a new gadget, they would look for a manual. They will find, oh, let me read the manual, see where the power button is, where I can go and, find these things. So this is how you can differentiate between a digital native and an immigrant. The natives are born in the age of technology. And when you talk about today, all our students are digital natives. All the students that we teach today are digital natives. So being able to teach the digital natives, we teachers have to play a lot of roles in the classrooms, because it is very difficult for teachers of today to sustain or retain the interest level of the students, the motivation of the students. And the key is to make them learn the way they want to learn. And these students are pro technology users. They love to use technology. So when you integrate technology into your classrooms, you are going to see a lot of students taking interest. You will see a lot of students actually, talking about the things that you are teaching them rather than taking them as a burden. So, being able to teach digital natives, what do you think are the different roles of a teacher? What ability should a teacher have? If you can comment and let me know. Do you think a role of a teacher is simply to go in the classroom and give out the knowledge while the students absorb the knowledge? Or do you think it is beyond that? So what are a few of the qualities or few of the roles that you think a teacher should have? Yes, an actor, a facilitator, a mentor, a guide. Awesome. You guys are smart. Amazing. Be flexible. Very important. Yes. To teach them to learn, to be a friend. Yes. Very nice. To encourage collaboration, to be a communicator. Teacher is not a person who just gives knowledge, but he gives his time, desire, and heart. Yes, that is so true. We are so much lucky to be in this profession where we bring changes to lives of so many students around the world. So yes, always be grateful for being a teacher. Do not take it as a tedious job. It's a great responsibility. Collaboration. I was born before the start of the digital era, but I'm quite good at dealing with gadgets. And most of the students, they are digital immigrants. All right, that's a good perception for today. Thank you so much for sharing that to me. The teacher's role is to provide feedback, to be a motivator, to be an observer. Yes, that is so true. These are some of the roles that I've written on the slide. Of course, these are not all, but some of the roles that we'll just talk about before we go on to Google Maps, so that we are able to understand why there is a need to incorporate technology into our classrooms today. So yes, a teacher is an organizer. When you are in the classroom, you need to make sure you don't have a haphazard lesson plan. You have proper planning, you have proper organization of your activities, you have organized your students into different forms, maybe for a pair activity or a group activity. So yes, a teacher is an organizer, very rightly said by someone in the comment section also. An assessor who evaluates the students, who grade the students, who motivate the students. Elicitor, because it's very important to bring the students explore themselves rather than giving them information. As a teacher, your role is more of, making the students explore what they already know or what they think they should know. So being an elicitor is very important. Being a participant is important. It's not that you just take over an activity being a participant, but getting engaged in activities with the students is what the students really love. You are a resource to them, you are a tutor, you are a facilitator, you facilitate communication, you facilitate activities. So keeping all these wonderful roles that we have to play in our English language classrooms, there is always need to keep on, developing ourselves as professionals, keep on learning new things so that we can bring variety to our English language classrooms. How many of you do use Google Maps in your daily lives? So that's the question for you all. What do you think? Do you use, all right. 50-50. There is someone who does, there's someone who doesn't. There's someone who's saying the video is not playing. Yana, if you can please take care of. If you think the video is not playing, please try to reload the page on your browser. And Google Chrome works the best, so try to use Google Chrome if you're not using it. So, okay, you don't use Google Maps very often, practically never, seldom, almost every day with my toddlers. All right. So yes, there are people we have today, they do use Google Maps 24/7. However, there are some people who do not use it or use it very seldom. That's all right. Today we are together here to learn how we can use this amazing tool into our classrooms. So Google Maps has basically a lot of features. It gives you direction. For example, you need to go from your home to your workplace. You just need to enter the two destinations, and it is going to guide you to the ways that you can take. It's going to guide you about the traffic, on which route you have more traffic, on which route you have lesser traffic. So yeah, Google Maps is a lifesaver if you're traveling, if you're going to a city where you have never been before, or you don't know ways of that particular area. The most fascinating thing I found on Google Maps is the satellite image that I see, so I can real time see the entire world. Anywhere in the world, I can see it online just with a click away. You can use Google Maps on your smartphones. You can use Google Maps on your computers or laptops. It's very friendly for smartphone. There is an application, Google Maps. You can just download it from your App Store or the Play Store if you're an Android user. It can tell you about bicycle routes, landscapes, traffic, everything that you need to know when you are traveling. Google Maps would let you know. Today, what we are going to focus on is going to be the 360 street view. That is something very amazing that I explored long time back when I travel, or if I'm not able to travel to a city, and being a traveler, I use the 360 street view to explore the cities myself. Now, when I was doing that one fine day, I was like, why can't I use this in the English language classroom? This is such a great stimuli for my students. And that idea was a hit. It's so great to have students explore different cities on their own, roam around, walk around on the beaches of, different cities, different countries. So there is so much that you can do with 360 street view of Google Maps. Exactly, Saima. Virtual tours are what I'm going to talk about in this session of mine. Okay, there's someone, once I've seen my husband on it, they captured him. Oh, all right, but they do blur the face because of privacy. So yeah. Now here I would like to show you an intro video. What I've done is I've screen captured these videos for you to be able to understand Google Maps better. You can just go onto the site maps.google.com and start exploring, but these are the videos that I've screenshot from my laptop for you to be able to understand well. So here goes the first video. Please, I'm just playing it. It will be loaded, it will be there in a while. If, for example, yeah, the video is playing. If you cannot view the video, please comment and let me know. We'll try to see what we can do. So when you open your browser, if it's Safari, if you're using a Mac, or Google Chrome, if you're using, or any other Explorer, that browser, that if you're using Windows. So you go on maps.google.com, this is what you see. So first of all, the default setting would be your home city. So that's where I live, in Karachi, Pakistan. This is the satellite image that I was talking about. So you can see how the landscape of Pakistan looks, right? And you can see this of any country in the world by just, going on this website. This is the search engine where you can search anything, anywhere in the world. I'm going to go with Moscow because I know most of the teachers today we have are from Russia, so that you can relate to what we're talking about. So here we are in the center of a very famous monument. That's this view that you can see from top. There is a menu from where you can have a different setting, or you can use this box in the right bottom. Now this is what the traffic is about. When you click on the traffic, the green line says there is no traffic, the orange line says there is a little traffic, and the red says the traffic is slow. So you can also find out about the traffic through Google Maps. I usually use it in Pakistan. If I'm traveling somewhere, I would see. Now this little pegman you see, if you click here, the map is going to go blue. So that means you can drop this little pegman anywhere and you can actually land on that street, just like I did right now. Okay, some of you are saying there is no video and there is no sound. Please reload your page. So the people who can see, I just landed on the main street in Moscow and I'm walking on the streets without not being able to visit that city personally. So yeah, we all are in Moscow right now. How amazing is that? We are walking on the streets of Moscow. We can see some tourists clicking pictures of the famous monument. We can see some cars. We can see traffic. We can see taxis. There are There are buses around. So yeah. No, Google Maps is not real time because of course, privacy issues. They cannot have the actual footages of what's going on in this particular street of Moscow right now. But however, it is very much close to what actually the city looks like some hours before or some days before, but it's not real time. I hope everyone can watch it and hear me. If not, please try to reload your page and you would be able to do that because things are working fine from my side. All right, so I'll go back to my presentation. So this was just an intro to what Google Maps is about. Let's proceed with the next video that I have for you, which is about a small city in the UK, where I was for the conference this year. That's Brighton. So Brighton is basically a beach resort. So people who live in London or in the outskirts of London, if they want to, visit a beach, they visit Brighton. For me, it was something very fascinating to visit this particular city. So let's proceed with this video, and I want you guys to basically be with me as from now I will be engaging you in a lot of activities in each video that I show about different cities all around the world. So I hope you all are very excited to be with me for the world tour. I can see there are some people who are having problem with the hearing. I hope that doesn't continue. However, let's proceed with the video. Okay, so now when I play this video, I want you to comment anything that you see in the video. If you see, for example, a man, comment about that. So you can use nouns, you can use anything to just comment anything which comes to your mind. It can be a word or it can be a phrase. Just comment what you see when you see this video. So the video is being played. This is the beach in the UK. A lot of sand, pebbles, a red sign, the sea. I see the beach, very nice. The sea, people, the pier, buildings. You can see a ship, Shops, stairs, candies. Awesome. You can see some shops. Absolutely. So now you can show your students any town or any city from inside. You can just ask them which city would they like to travel today, and that's what you can do. Yeah, so I mean, this activity, this very small activity that we just did right now about, whatever you see, comment. This you can do with different ages. You know the ability of your students best. Of course, you being a teacher, that's the very, first thing that you should do to know the ability of your students. So once you know that they are beginners or they are in the elementary stage or intermediate or advanced, you can form your lesson plan accordingly. So for example, right now I left it open because you guys are 182 from different parts of the world teaching different level of students, so I kept it open. However, you can have it closed for your students. For example, write down as many nouns as you can list by walking on the streets of London maybe. Or you can say, if they are, for example, elementary or intermediate, you can say, how about you write sentences using present tense or present continuous tense? So, for example, they can say, the girl is walking on the street. The man is sitting on the chair, right? So they are actually seeing what is happening or how that particular city looks. They're looking at the culture. They're, being, a digital tourist while they're also practicing their English language skills. The same thing you can do with the pairing your students into two students together and have them have dialogues in between. For example, I'm playing this video again and I have two of my students walking on this beach and talking to each other. For example, hey Sarah, I'm loving this bright sunny weather today. How about you? The second student could say, absolutely, I'm walking on the beach after so long. This is so relaxing. Hey, can you see that pier on the other side? It has roller coasters. Shall we go and try them? So, you can have your students imagine that they are walking in this particular scene that you can see on Google Maps, and they can practice their skills that you have already taught them. So, you teach them the structure, you teach them the pronunciation, you teach them the form, and this can be an excellent activity to provide them a free production stage that you have at the end of your lesson plan. When you have taught everything to your students and they are there to practice what they have learned. So they can practice dialogues by watching on the beach and what they can see. All right, moving on. I just showed you one beach of Brighton. Now I'm going to take you to a beach in Thailand, and I want you to comment in the comment box what are some of the differences and some of the commonalities that you can see in the beach in Brighton and the beach in Thailand. So I want you to see this video and comment what are some of the commonalities and what are some of the differences that you can see on the beaches of Thailand. Yes, it's always a good idea to have them pre-recorded. However, if you have a good internet connection in your classroom, you can always go, online on a projector in your class. However, if you think your internet would trouble, it would be great to screen record these videos like I have done it for you over here. So we are about to land to a beach in Thailand. Now please comment below what are the differences that you see. The beach in Brighton and the beach in Thailand. There are many trees on this beach, yes. There is white sand, very nice. The beach in Brighton was a pebble beach. The beach in Thailand is a sand beach. So yes, The color of the water is different. Yes, this is more of a blue color as compared to the color in the Brighton beach. The sand is different. Yeah, this is sand and those were pebbles. There are no people here. There are small houses on this beach. There were no houses on the Brighton beach. This looks more natural to you. That's true. Mountains. It's deserted because you cannot see people. Yeah. There are many ships around. We couldn't see any ships on the Brighton beach. That's true. It seems to be silent, but how relaxing it looks, right? There are no shops here. Yes, there were shops on the Brighton beach when we were walking on the pier. There were candy shops, there were pizza shops. There are no shops here. Yes, there are no ports here. No ads, no shops. This is a relaxing view. Right. So, this is how you can have a comparison activity with anything or everything. For example, you can have two streets being compared. You can have two beaches being compared. You can have two restaurants being compared. There are some of the restaurants all around the world where you can actually go inside. So, you can have these comparison activities with your students between any city. You can let your students choose. You can maybe have them write their favorite city and fold it and have a chit competition. You can pick up any two from the lot and you can explore those cities in your classrooms. So yeah, you can have these comparison activities with anything, and these are the things where you can actually develop critical thinking skills of your students, because being English language teachers, we just not only have to teach them English, but we have to develop their critical thinking skills also, which is very important. So now we are going to proceed towards some virtual field trips that I think are amazing part of this. We are going to travel to Dubai, but before that, I would want you to travel to London. So this is something interesting. It's not only that you can walk, you can also ride, you can also cruise on Google Maps. So here we are going to go on a cruise ride along with River Thames in London. So there I am. I searched London on Google Maps. I picked my Pegman and dropped it here. So right now I'm actually on a cruise. I'm not walking. I'm on a cruise and I am in the River Thames right now. So how exciting is that? You can let your students cruise through the River Thames and they can have conversation, they can write sentences, they can practice their vocabulary, they can just do anything that your particular session or the lesson plan is about. For example, you're teaching them any tenses, you can focus your particular presentation, your particular Google Map activity accordingly. So that is something that you can do. Apart from that, you can also have descriptive writing. Give them some time, maybe 10 minutes of your lesson, to go around. For example, we see this cruising towards River Thames, and then later on, they write a descriptive essay of what they saw, how their journey cruising on the River Thames was. Excellent, Saima. Yes, they can also write letters. Absolutely. So, these things make them visualize what real London looks like. If you can see, we can see a double-decker bus, which is one of the, prominent features of London. We had the London Bridge there. So, you can have your students write descriptive essays about any particular city that they are interested in. So this is something amazing that you can do with your classrooms. Next, we are going to, moving towards something more interesting. So I hope you guys are looking forward. So there are some of the famous buildings all around the world. They let you go inside that particular monument. So for example, we are talking about White House. Good thing about that is you can actually go inside and see how it looks like. So we are going to, drop our pegman anywhere where we can see the blue line, and it will take me right inside the White House. Now, what I did with this was I gave a sheet with scavenger hunt to my students. Find the chandelier, find a red carpet, find a painting with a woman standing in a red and white dress, find yellow curtains. So you can actually go around, do your homework as a teacher, make a worksheet with, some scavenger hunt questions or statements, and ask your students to find those things. So, they can just go around that particular area or any building or any road or shopping mall, and they have to find different things that you have given them on the sheet. So this can be an excellent scavenger hunt activity that you can do with your students. They would just love to, search for different things because students love challenges. So the more challenging you make it as per their ability, please remember that we do not want to make it challenging above their capabilities because that demotivates the students. So whenever you are planning, always imagine what is the ability or the capability of your students, and then you can plan your activities accordingly. So did you like this trip? I mean, did you like the idea of um, scavenger hunt? You can, have scavenger hunt of any place around the world. It's just that you as a teacher will have to plan it prior. You'll have to develop some worksheets of what scavenger hunt statements are you giving to your students. And they can just, do it in pairs, do it in a team, do it individually. That is for you as a teacher to decide how you want your students to go about it. So that is something I think students enjoy because they actually love. A lot of people love traveling, but they cannot do it all the time or they cannot afford to do it. So this is an amazing way to have virtual field trips. Whenever we have field trips, our students just get so excited. But this is like they are in their classrooms, however, they are visiting the world. So how about we take our students on a world tour throughout our academic year? So when you start your year and when you end your year, there are so many places that you and your students can visit. And the best thing is, after these activities, the students go home and tell their parents, oh, today we visited Paris, we visited the Eiffel Tower, or we visited Moscow, we visited, Italy, this particular city of Italy. So, it's very important for the parents to know what our students are doing in their classrooms. And this is a great way for our students to go back home and tell their students what city that they visit in their English language classroom. So this is something very interesting. Okay, so we have done the cruising. We have done visit to the White House. We just roamed around the streets of Moscow. Now, are you ready for scuba diving? So you cannot just limit yourself in Google Maps. You can also go scuba diving on Google Maps. How exciting is that? So, you can have your students swim in an ocean, maybe in Phuket, Thailand, or maybe in, a small Tasmanian city, in an ocean in this small Tasmanian city. And you can see the screenshot that I'm sharing with you. I'm going around in an ocean, seeing the reefs. I can see the beauty of the ocean. In a while, I'll be seeing a scuba diver here. So, it gives the students an imagination. It opens up their horizon. They can actually see the world from the real eyes. They can see what the world really is, apart from what they imagine or what they see in television or, in movies. So this is the real time thing that they can see. Yeah, there is also an option to explore space on Google Maps. You can actually go on space also. So yes, that is also one thing you can do with Google Maps. Definitely yes. You can see these fish. I mean, just imagine how much we are enjoying right now while knowing this about it. Imagine how much your students would like it. So this is some amazing. Oh yes, you should start online traveling. Amazing. So yes, how much excited we are today. Just imagine how much excited your students will be when you introduce these things to them. So our students just love to, try new things. They have curious minds. And when you do involve them in such activities, they can, just have a lot of input in your English language classroom. All right, so the last video for today is about Times Square. So I'm going to browse you through Times Square with my video, and I want you to write down sentences in the chat box using preposition. So you can see whatever you see, just use preposition in a sentence and post it in the comment box. Let me play the video, then I'm going to give the instructions again. In the meanwhile, the video is loading. So I'll say it again. The video is being played and I want you to comment in the comment box with using any preposition. So construct a sentence and for example, if you see a man sitting on a chair, so you can say a man is sitting on the chair. That is the usage of preposition in your language. So yeah, there it is. The video is there. So I started from the start so that, you can get familiar of how do I go to a particular city. So, you just type that particular thing on Google Maps and this small man is going to take you, the yellow small peg man on your right corner. He takes you there. So yeah, what can you see? Few people are walking on the road. Yes, on the road is a preposition. Lots of people are walking along the street. Ads on the screens. Yes. In front of, between, under. Okay, you have told about the car is behind. Lot of people are walking. Cars in the street. People are in the cars. I can see the Bank of America. Near the shops, the lady with red bag is standing in front of the building. That is so well constructed. A man is next to a woman. Excellent. Shops are to the left and to the right. Taking pictures of. Many shops are over there. Buildings are opposite to each other. Excellent, excellent, excellent formation of sentences. They are going past the shop. People are sitting on the tables. Posters are on the wall. People are sitting on the chair. People are in the street. A woman between two men. Side by side, people are relaxing. Banners are in front of you on the walls of the building. Excellent. So, I hope you enjoyed this small activity that I did. The reason of engaging you in these activities is to basically give you an idea of how your students would love these activities when you do it in your classroom. Because as teachers, it is very important for us to understand how we can motivate or retain the attention or the motivation of your students. So this was the last virtual tour for today. I hope you had a good time. There is one more small activity that I love doing in the classroom is the greatest race. For this, you need to prepare some things because, you are going to engage a pair of students in a race or a team of students in a race that they can do it with each other. You need a computer or a smartphone. You have your students have smartphones in your classroom. That's perfect. It's just you'll have to make sure that they have internet connectivity. If not, then you can have a school laboratory, a computer lab being arranged for this particular activity. However, for this you have to arrange a worksheet in which you write directions. For example, when we were walking on the streets of Moscow, you can say ghost, you can have a pin given to all the students, so everyone is standing on the same position. And then on a worksheet, you have some directions written. Go straight, for example, take a left from the signal, you take a right from McDonald's, so you are giving some students a direction of what they have to do to arrive at their particular destination. And once they arrive at their destination, the fastest or the quickest team to do that will win. So you can make it more challenging by having them capture the screen of some of the monuments that they see. For example, capture the McDonald's that you see on your left. So they keep on capturing the things, and they're following directions, they're working in teams, and they're having a healthy competition in their classrooms. So this is how I think you can have much more variety in your English language classroom, rather than just teaching them the grammar structures or the forms or the syllabus that we have in our classrooms. The Google Maps tool can be incorporated in any particular topic that you are teaching in your class. So for example, you're teaching adjectives, you can use those. I mean, right now we saw so many different examples of different cities. We can use a lot of adjectives while describing a lot of things that we saw today. So anything you are doing in your English language classroom, from tenses to anything, you can use Google Maps, and this can bring up a lot of motivation in your students, and they are going to look forward to the next lesson, because everyone loves to explore the world. Everyone wants to see what this wonderful world has in store for us. So why not we do it from our English language classroom and have our students explore it in a way that they do not leave their motivation and interest in English language, which is very important. Providing them yes, a digital friendly environment is very important, because these are digital natives and they really love when we integrate technology in our classrooms. If you have questions for me, I'll be more than happy to answer. Anything you want to ask me, the comment boxes are there. Please let me know. Thank you so much for all the appreciation I'm having. I'm so over the moon right now. Thank you so much for being so positive. I'm glad you guys had an amazing experience. I'm glad that you guys actually learned some great ideas. I would love to hear from you. Yes, absolutely. You can use it for beginners. For example, you can have them as per their level. So any activity that you do, you can have them, have the Google Maps planned accordingly. So you can integrate it with beginners, with elementary, with intermediate, or with advanced level students. Everyone is going to love Google Maps. That's my email address. And if you apply some of the activities that I just shared with you today in your classroom, please share with me. I just love to hear from you. Or if you have questions specifically about Google Maps, if you have difficulties, please feel free to write to me, and I'll be more than happy to help you with your classrooms. Thank you so much, Yana, for inviting me over. And I'm so much privileged to be part of this small, to have my small contribution in this wonderful venture that you have.
Thank you so much, because I think this was really wonderful. By the way, there is one more question for you about the program you use for the recording of these videos. To record your screen, what do you use for this?
Because I have a Mac, so it's very easy in a Mac, because you can just do it with a QuickTime player. It's built in the Mac, so it's very easy to do it. However, if you have any other laptop, for example, HP, Dell, or some other brand, there are video recorders, screen recorders available. So if you go on Google, or if you go on download.com and you write screen recorders, you're going to get free screen recorders there. You can download those free screen recorders, and when you play it, whatever you do on your screen will automatically get recorded. And if you're a Mac user, then QuickTime already has this option of screen recording. It's built in the QuickTime player of the Mac. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So your talk was so appropriate for the topic, and the ideas were absolutely magnificent. You see that we appreciated you and all of your trips. So it was really great to have a bit of scuba diving experience. Yeah. So late evening on Wednesday, and we are going scuba diving. Yeah, thanks a lot for this. We are really longing to see you later on our Sky Teach Festival. And we'll contact you definitely. So, dear teachers, you can ask any questions you want to Sidrah using her email. You can stay in this chat and write. Tomorrow we're proceeding, and we have two more guests for the next 2 days. It will be Saima. Saima is a colleague of Sidrah, and she was our guest on the last Sky Teach Festival. And we have Elena Sarnovskaya, and we proceed going digital. Thank you all for participating. It was really nice to see you all today, to read the commentaries, and thank for Sidrah. Big thanks.
Thank you. It was indeed a pleasure. I learned so much from the comments that I got. So thank you everyone for being so active.
Thank you so much, and goodbye to tomorrow.